do you have any like particular, not goals or strats that you want to like apply to your gameplay?
That's good.
Because
Good question.
yeah, because you guys shouldn't be just like playing like brainlessly. You guys, although you guys know each other, there's a habit reading, and there's also the specific character, anti-tech kind of thing. That's strats. So it's you guys can basically we kind of like stick to the general strat first, and then the more games you play, you start to kind of like adjust and think, okay, so this guy does this in this situation, so maybe I can do this when I need to make a comeback or when I need to do yada 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 kind of thing. So it's important to have that in your mind before you start playing the game, because you'll be if your opponent's doing that, you'll be late for the start. They'll be ahead of you uh, the moment
So
the game starts. So yeah, it's better to have those kind of things already in your mind, and then start from there.
essentially going with a plan for the both of you.
Kind of, kind of.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, you guys are first 5. Go.
I'll be watching until 10:59 ish, and then I'll be going.
Okay. So 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah, each game will be done in what's that? 30 seconds. Though I'll be in time.
Oh wait, you guys aren't playing.
Reset, right? F3 or F2?
F3.
F3, right? Look, how much are you paying for this?
For this, it's 20 a month.
20 a month. Okay,
Yeah.
not bad.
Wait, what are you guys doing?
I don't know.
We started.
Oh wait, you guys are playing?
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
desync. I forget. My side.
Okay.
Need to play. Need to think again. I'm standing still. I'm standing still. Okay. Seems like I'm missing something, but whatever that is.
Wait, so is it starting from?
We F3'd and started. Like we F3'd, pick our characters, and then started again.
Say, are you on the character select screen too?
That's where I am.
Okay. Yeah, so they F3'd. Okay.
Yeah,
Is it just that late?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy.
Wait, now it's showing that you guys are standing still.
Yep, same here. I'm standing still.
What the hell is going on?
Desync for sure.
Yeah.
And I guess try to leave the spectate and join it back again because we're fresh in that. We just
Which I
finished
did.
game. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it did it again. That's so weird.
We just I can stream it on my end if that makes it easier.
Let's see. Um, let's restart it one more time, just to try it, because at least with this I get the inputs too.
Ah, okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, okay. There's a desync on my side, so yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
So I'm thinking what we'll do, say, is we'll probably take a will probably take like some time. I don't know, like some other time to like watch the replay from the start kind of thing.
All right.
Yeah.
I gotta go in 1 minute.
Oh shit.
I'm watching them. I'm watching them to play, so that's fine.
All right.
Clutch low parry into punish. I'll be watching. I'll just be silent.
Okay.
That's all because yeah, I can't be having third strike playing in the background when I'm in a weekly meeting.
Ooh.
Woo! All right, I'll be muting later, guys.
All right.
A
See ya.
little better. Oh, that's not good.
Mm.
Guesser.
All right. I'm gonna let you guys focus, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm watching from your screen, Envy.
All right, I got you.
I'll be muted.
Mm-hmm. Done.
Looks like Colin's playing with a purpose right now, which is a good thing. Nice EX, but okay. Yeah, the dive kicks are a little inaccurate in the sense that they're hitting each other in the midsection of the character rather than the lower portion of the hitbox of the character. So it's a little bit inaccurate in that sense. Like right there, that was a really dangerous dive kick. Good pressure. He should keep it with low short. He could have punished that actually. Nice. A lot of times players like to activate after the knockdown rather than dash up and then do it. If he gets a parry like that, Envy, since he got that kind of a parry, he could have done stand short into EX. But I think the scary part was worrying about the whiff dive kick into grab. Ah. That was too far for that to hit anyway, but... Ooh. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Whoa. Oh, nice, nice, nice. That was a good choice. Good choice, because any dive kick option except for short, short and forward would have gotten hit, would have whiffed. I'm not sure about the medium kick dive kick. I'm not. I don't really see that too much, but if it's a short dive kick, it definitely would have whiffed, and then roundhouse, it definitely would have hit. So that was a good choice. Bad punish. In situations like that, it's okay to wake up and down parry or something, with the expectation that the opponent is going to try to press something afterwards. I think Envy, he would need to start doing more dive kicks into command grab. Since Collins is... Nice. Okay. Since Collins is parrying after the dive kicks. Nice. Walk back! Nice, so this is really competitive. I like this. Low roundhouse that. Can't be afraid to use low roundhouse in this match. It's really good. With Yang. Another one. I would have done it there. This is okay to take. You can take this type of damage. Nice grab. Oh, that was funky. At distances like this for both characters, whenever they both have each other in the corner like that, and they're right outside the techable range, where, for example, they're right outside the range where they both teched, or obviously one character teched, the idea is that you want to maintain that position and watch what the opponent does. Essentially, outside low forward range is where you want to look at, because the most obvious thing is either a dive kick, low forward, or a standing fierce, all of which can be rather linear. So you kind of want to maintain that position, and then if you can, keep the pressure. With, for example, with Yun, it's low forward, low forward. With Yang, it's low forward slashes, things like that. So you want to just keep an eye on the fact that they're either neutral jumping into dive kick or just maintaining their position where you can walk up and do something else. The logical thing to do in that instance would be to jump out and then dive kick, or jump out and parry. Nice grab. Right here as the example. So you can see there, it's the perfect option for any twin player to maintain, just because they can control the entire space and react to anything that the opponent does. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. So Envy needs to bring this back. Maybe for the neutral jumps, using more Far Fierce. He's a little tentative when it comes to approaching Collins. I think he's worried. Oh, there's the dive kick into command grab. This is okay. He can take this. Nice block. That's okay. Ooh, he could have done low short, I believe. Just take the block. Nice.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh. God damn it.
No, don't say good games. That was not good games.
There was so many fucking scrambles, dude.
I saw
Oh my
that.
God.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny.
Whack.
So, what did you guys think? Outside of the mess ups, obviously, but outside of the execution errors, but what did you guys think? You first, Envy.
Yeah, just still having trouble making my way in. I wasn't so much eating shit, but just me trying to be persistent
Yeah.
caught me some damage, and especially in the later rounds. I was a bit more patient with it earlier. Probably not playing my ground game enough. I could be playing like a little bit more. And then offensively, felt like I was doing pretty well. I think I just needed to put a little bit more launcher in. Just
Yeah.
a little bit more launcher, and probably
So more, I guess like offense based, like because I kind of mentioned that in the separate like review that I was doing when I was watching it. I was like, okay, you're kind of tentative when it comes to approaching. You know, I wasn't sure if it was something where you were worried about the parry on the dive kick, or if you were worried about like just the punishes that Collins was doing. But it seemed like rather tentative, so it was like it kind of held you back in terms of approaching. So this one I didn't get to mention this, but one of the ways that I would have done it would have been to just simply walk forward and let him be the one to jump in, or him be the one to either walk back or just like, you know, keep his spot basically, you know, because with both characters, and this works for both characters, that's the nice thing about this, is that for the both of you, if you have trouble, you know, with the dive kicks coming in and everything like that, it's okay to walk up and use their walk speed to your advantage. You know, if the opponent walks back, that's perfectly fine.
To go off of that, Envy has a very specific thing that he does on round start for most rounds. So when you're going for like huddle walk and then option parry, wait, see if they jump, standing MK if they jump over you. That's like your bread and butter so far. That's something that you should apply more consistently in regular neutral and not just round start.
As in waiting for them to jump, right?
Not necessarily waiting for them to jump, but what he's doing is he's walking to a specific distance where he knows he can contest jumps. and he's trying to do it as safely as possible. So like that's kind of like what Nika is saying is like you can walk me down and either force me to go backwards and get free stage position, or you can like go to the space that's right outside of where you want to be and then like threaten with your own jumps instead.
Okay.
So in your case, Collins, what did you particularly have trouble with when it came to? I know obviously it's, you know, from the fact that you won, but obviously there were some things that were troubling that I saw. Um, outside of
Getting
the
quick
execution errors.
rises when I wanted them.
Outside of the execution errors, obviously.
Um,
Hard to point out.
Kinda.
Mm.
Like there were some times where I was fishing for shoulder, and that was because of the way that he was jumping and dive kicking. Um, I don't think that needed to be done. I think after I hit him with it the first time, I didn't need to go for it again. Um, in the corner, or in certain situations where I did Oki, um, it was execution error, but I was being a little bit too overzealous, and he got a lot of back throws for free. Um, so that wasn't good.
Yeah. So
Another thing
yeah.
Was that even though I'm gaining a lot of meter, when I was low, I was connecting too much. And like trying to force him to block to get the meter I needed to win. But
Oh
at
yeah.
the same time, I'm not sure what else I can do when I'm like down in HP. So I just gave him too many opportunities to parry. Thankfully, he didn't take too many of them. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was definitely something that I noticed myself doing, and I was like, "Why are you doing this?"
So that's actually one other thing, like for you, Envy. One thing that I wanted to mention is like outside of the parts where you know you kind of had trouble, where did you find that you had the most success when it came to your either your pressure or you know just a neutral game, or where did you find that you had the most success?
Um, I just felt like once I kind of got knocked down in certain like momentum spots, I felt like because like a big thing that I'm trying to work on in that matchup is just being better about post getting slashes, right? Let's say I get slashes somewhere, whether it comes from dive, whether it comes from anything, just playing low forward, whatever, stand strong, is just being able to
To
make
follow up with
oh,
the
yeah, to
pressure
make
afterwards.
some to make some kind of a mix up
Mm.
so that he doesn't just hold up and
Mhm.
just walk out or backdash or get away for free.
Mhm.
So I felt like I've gotten a little bit better at that, but I still have to flesh that out more and get just better timing of it, really understand it more. But I felt like once I kind of could get him to the corner, I feel
Mhm.
like that's where obviously where all my kills
Mhm.
come from. I felt like I was fine. Like when I was doing Oki, I felt fine. Like I was like, oh, okay, I know what's going on here. I
Mhm.
got control. But yeah, that's just but that's like Yang stuff, right? Like I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
you, I kill you,
That's
you
just
know.
how the character functions.
Yeah, so
So one of the things that so basically one thing that I noticed, and this is from the Yang perspective, is for in your case, you had success when you got him in the corner, but one of the things that you kind of let go was keeping that position in the corner, because a lot of times it was like you were either kind of commit too much to trying to
mhm,
pressure, or you know you kind of just let him escape, either by doing you know like a neutral jump into something else, and then him either you know pressuring with low forward and then getting an agent at that point, or you kind of letting him escape in some other fashion. So basically, one of the things that I mentioned too was the corner control for both characters is something that I didn't see either of you do, which is something that's done at a higher level. If you both, I mean, you both have
That's
watched.
also
Mhm.
like very uncharacteristic of me. Like when you and I play, I tend to try to like goaltend a lot more.
Yeah, and that's actually a good word. That's actually a good way to say it. Like goaltending is actually the pretty nice way to look at it, because it technically is what it is. It's like you look for the opponent, you maintain the position of outside low forward range, right? So you stay at that range, and you literally can react to whatever it is that they do. If they neutral jump, you can, as Yang, you can react with, far fierce or low roundhouse. If they try to dive kick, you can do jump forward or jump back. Either that or you can parry the dive kick. So it's like maintaining that position is key when it comes to any type of pressure for either of you. And one of the things that I saw is that you were both actually going in a little bit too much against each other.
Yeah.
It could be that maybe it was because like based on the like the habits of both of you guys, or like the matchup, the way that it presented itself. But the idea is
Well,
that's Mhm.
in the last few games, I stopped moving forward on knockdown because the way that Envy likes to defend is he first goes for crouch tech. Like
Yeah,
that's his way to stop like throw attempts.
yeah,
So like if I'm out of range to for him to just throw me, and I can just sit there and be like, okay, you need to like guess high or low here, and then I'm going to be pushed back a little bit to the goaltending position. Like that's where it was more successful.
yeah. It's like easier to
Um,
guard jump at that point too.
yeah,
Mhm.
and um, that's another thing that I wasn't taking too much advantage of was that when the crouch tech stopped working, he started guard jumping, but his guard jumps always jump back rather than jump forward.
Mm,
Mm.
that's a good point.
So
One thing for in terms of offense, um, for UNV, when it comes to the neutral grab too,
Mhm.
your that's like your specialty. It's like for me, like launcher and command grab are my specialty. It's like for you, the neutral grab is like yours, where every
Mhm.
time you catch somebody with that, you always go for the, cross up dive kick into whatever it is. But
Mhm.
the issue with that is that you telegraph it. It's like there's no back and forth like, okay, which side do I land on or anything like that, or
so
Mhm.
mhm.
to add on to what you're saying is also post slashes like mid screen, you go for dive kick a lot.
Mhm.
And I missed a lot of parries on those. If
Yeah.
Nico was watching the inputs, it was like, okay, well, fuck. But because of that, like, it's
You
okay to
donkey,
do
you
like
messed up the parrot. No, I'm kidding.
it's okay to do like dash up or like you had more success when you would reposition with light kick, dive kick, or something afterward, and not like force Oki because you can't like guarantee force Oki against twins because I can just wake up stand light kick in a lot of situations.
Yeah, that's for sure. But like, when I played Nika in the Twins matchup, he was really good about. I felt like not forcing it all the time, but there was like these certain like just in spacings in which the dive was hitting where it felt like it's like damn, this is feels pretty good. And it's not like obviously there's answers, but it kind of it makes it into a pretty strong guessing game. I
Hmm.
felt when it was working on me. So that's something that in the match I'm trying to do. So that's why I literally did dive kick like almost every chase down. Like
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like find the spots for it, right? Of like trying
Well,
to find it.
one idea you can start putting in there is the whiff jump roundhouse versus
Mm,
the really really late jump in medium punch. That's
okay.
something that will, like, I can tell right now, if you prefer that type of approach, like to jumping in or to approaching after the knockdown, that's something that
Mm.
you can try too. Um,
That's
the
something that Ian has, and I fucked it up twice and he got parries on it, and I was like, wait, what?
so
I was like, this is supposed to whiff right here. What the fuck?
yeah, so that's it's basically the same idea. It's like you can use the same thing when it comes to approaching after EX slash or after normal slash.
So
Um,
what you would just super jump in and then you whiff the HK early and then land?
with the fierce punch, yeah, and then land, and
Oh,
then
you whiff
and
it.
then and then you can either command
Oh,
grab or low
Normal
short,
grab, low short, yeah.
okay,
yeah.
okay, okay, okay.
So, but then from there, one thing that I don't really like to do, but it's something that seems pretty good that a lot of other Yang players do is the late jump in medium punch. Like the really
Yeah,
late jump in medium punch seems really really good.
Koda does
yeah.
that a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That and Nishikawa.
Nishikawa, yeah.
He does that a lot too. Really
So
good.
that's some ideas for both. Collins, you still have that damn issue of not activating. I don't know.
And there were some points where I was like, I need to activate, and I activated at the wrong time.
I know. So, but another thing too, in a more realistic situation is the connecting, converting, converting your hits from Ganesian. You tend to go for like low short, and then standing short. I mean, it's probably just the
That wasn't
input
on
error.
purpose.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
wasn't on purpose.
So it's probably just working on the conversions for Ganesian at that point.
My conversions have been relatively good for a while. It's just getting the rust off.
Your conversions suck.
Hey, fuck you.
No, but it's like, for example, with Joyous, like every time he hits, he learned everything from you basically in terms of the young Canadian strings. It's like the way that he converts everything is actually pretty well done. So if there was anything, if there was any type of thing to sort of take from that, it would be just that point. It's just the converting part because you missed a lot of damage, a lot of situations like that. So um, but yeah, that was it was nice back and forth. That's one of those things that I like about like the Yun and Yang matchup. It's like one day you'll see like me and Envy versus Yuki and Collins. So that'll be a nice little touch. But
I could be carried.
no. But outside of that, yeah, that was pretty good. What I want to do now, because I wanted to look back at it again, but with the inputs. I'm not sure if you guys can pull that up right now. Let me see if I can do that right now. Alright, this might take a while. And you both went into the set like actually looking for things to play for in the sense that you're like looking for specific things, like a game plan, basically.
Kinda. Like
I had like little like kind of
Relapses.
like kind of like
Yeah.
I had like little things I like that I was like okay, because like for the first 10 game warm up, I was like not taking this information from this too seriously. This is just gonna be an execution test, just get it into my hands and just kind of take it from there, because I feel like for a lot of the thing with me on what I kind of want to work on with Yun, since I don't play the matchup enough, is not only just being able to work on the general game plan, but just getting more comfortable in like the tempo of the match and stuff like that.
Like how fast
Just
paced it is, kind of thing.
yeah, how fast paced, and just through experience getting understanding where I need to be, where I got to stand, you know what I mean? Like what can hit me with like stuff like that. So it's like, and definitely it's stuff that I need to work on, and kind of like homework is all the parry stuff, like parrying shoulder, making sure I'm not getting hit. Not getting
Oh.
hit with like the easy stuff, like all like the gimmies.
One thing for the both of you too is pairing the dive kick and punishing with standing short. Those are one of the things that you both missed a bunch of
I
times.
tried crouching MP too often.
Yeah, I mean that's good when it's close, but then you were doing it at
Yeah.
distances that was like, what the hell, Collins? So
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
know that too. So
yeah. But
I don't.
it's more important for you, Envy, obviously, because you have the standing short anti-EX, so you get a lot more from it. In that sense, in terms of pressure. So um, that's one thing to look for. Um, so what we'll do now, actually, so what I'll do is I'll probably go through the actual replay with RKF separately, but then what you guys can do is do a first to three now. Really hone it down and really bring everything to the table at this point,
Okay.
and let's see how that goes. So,
Okay.
you could start up whenever you guys are ready, and then I'll try to watch it from Fightcade one more time, and
Okay.
then I'll let you know if I can see it. You good with that, Collins?
Yeah.
All right.
We are in.
Come on, work. You guys just picked your character and then you just started, right?
No.
No, we're literally in character select right now.
Oh, okay, okay. Collins, can you press let's see. Because I'm trying to make sure that the replay is good. You know? So alright, you guys can start. You guys can start. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I got the picture. Fighters ready. Engage.
I would have super jumped forward.
Mm.
Whoa.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Nice pressure.
Thank you.
No, don't say thank you. Collins, what are you doing, you donut? I'm kidding. It's like Hell's Kitchen type of stuff.
Oh.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I would say use more low roundhouse in this match too. Oh, nice pickup.
Are you ready? Go.
So if you're to get the launcher in the corner, go for slashes.
Okay.
Slash juggle.
Just HP slash each time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Final round. Go for it.
Oops.
That's okay.
Sloppy.
Nice, nice, nice. You did I saw you go for the punish from the dive kick into standing short. So that was good. Yeah, just maybe more crouch around us in the neutral game.
Okay.
Prepare to strike. Now.
What was that about?
Oh no. Fuck me.
Are you ready? Go.
I wouldn't start the round like that, Collins.
What?
Oh, that was nice.
You win.
That was actually something that I wanted to recommend to him
Welcome.
that goaltending zone basically is where he can use that standing roundhouse. So you as a Yang player would have to look out for something like that at a higher level, obviously, but still something to look out for. There you go, nice scratch roundhouse. Oh, nice. He's clipping you with that launcher.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Oh, that was nice.
Should've just done it again.
You win.
So one thing you're not doing too is chasing down with launcher, with the jump forward air chain. So try to put that in there more.
Fighters ready. Engage. Prepare to strike. Now.
Nice. Whoa, that was sick. Oh my god.
I should have been ignorant and done it again.
No, but I like the idea that you had with the with jumping forward twice with the chase down. That
Mm,
was actually something that I was like, oh, nice. That was really good. You know, you set it up perfectly, but then that that Rhode Island wake up, yes.
should I, after the second one, when I landed, it probably would have been, instead of trying to do try to call it out, because it would have been risky because I'm jumping it into the corner.
Yeah,
So
maybe
I
grab.
probably should have just grab her launcher, right?
Yeah, either I would say honestly, I would have done the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
So and I think Collins knows that. That's why he would down parry in that instance. But in situations like that, yeah, it's like I would have been afraid of the wake up, like the reset into grab from him.
Mm,
So you know, my next reaction would have done low forward. So I would have gotten hit by that too. But the
mm,
idea that you had to do chase down twice like that, that was a nice little change. That was it really put the emphasis on the pressure on him.
mm,
And one of those things that's like maybe if you landed, you could have done like standing roundhouse, launcher, you know, standing strong,
mm.
or even chain combo, you know, things like that. So just some ideas in there.
This is
Yeah.
gonna sound real stupid, but the only game that seemed like it mattered was the third one, because
Yeah.
I played like garbage for the first two, and it seemed like Envy was off for like the second two. It was like, okay, it comes down to the last one.
No,
Yeah.
that's perfect. That's the way that you know, it's I think I think you guys playing each other like that, like the way that it's back and forth like this, you know, execution things aside, I think you guys are the perfect uh sort of like training session partners that you can have because in the sec with the idea that you're both trying to improve in not just this matchup but overall, it's like this matchup is just perfect for adjustments, you know, because every type of situation that you have, you're always going to have to adjust one little thing, whether it be a timing, parry, you know, grab, guard, whatever it is, you will have to adjust to it no matter what. And you have to do it at a much faster pace in these matches, you know, with Yun versus Yang. So I think what we discovered here today is perfect, but one of those things that I think you guys should definitely make a conscious effort to try to play more, play against each other more with games like this. Um, you know, I don't know how you both felt about it towards the end, but from what I'm seeing, it's really competitive, and I think that's what's needed. This is what's needed for the both of you. You know,
Nah.
because I feel like when you both play, like you both can try to play me or something like that, and you kind of get lost at that point. It's like you wouldn't know where to improve at that point, or like you might get discouraged and say like, "Damn it!" Like back to the drawing board kind of thing. It's like, well, no, you know, you make your adjustments to the person that's close to your level, and then everyone else is just cannon fodder, basically. You know,
Yeah.
so because I really don't see anyone else that like would play against you guys that would really um give you like any type of trouble in the sense like that I would or that any other high level player would, you know? So I think you guys playing like this is really good is a really good tonic for the both of you. So
Sure.
just throwing that out there.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. It's just for me that game three kill after I missed that Zempo,
Hmm.
it all went down.
Yeah. And one thing too is not to get carried away in the casuals too, like um in the sense like if you were to play a longer set, like if you were to just play like, you know, just unranked and then just
We
play like
played like 40 games the last time we played.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
So I imagine like doing that you'll probably like get into
your brain
habits.
just turns off.
Yeah, you just turn it off at some point. So that's why playing like this is sort of optimal for you guys. You know, so it's like playing 10 games to warm up and then playing a first to 5, first to 3, whatever. I have half a mind to tell you guys to play just one game right now, you know, if you guys want to.
I'm
And
Five,
down.
3, 1, one game. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah. We went to first to 5, first to 3, now first to 1. It's like lifting weights, you know? If you put it into context. So let's do it. Let's do first to 1 right now. Let's go.
Okay,
Single game, single limb.
One second.
Single game, single limb.
Are you taking PEDs, Envy?
Yes. I gotta. There's a pre-game routine that has to happen.
All right. Okay.
The secret's all my 3S, dog. I need it.
At least I was able to convert properly.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. Envy.
He reminds me of Ill Will.
Ill Will. Yeah.
Yeah, though he was a local Makoto player that he couldn't play unless he was stoned.
That's me, dude. Like I could play, but I'm just angry because I play with hate in my soul.
You got you'll be screwed if you're in Japan though.
Dude, that's the one thing.
You'll have to get high another way.
Yeah, I gotta find something, dude. I gotta get high on the scenery of, of Japan or something. I gotta find something. I'll start drinking. What I'll do is I'll have like 2 beers and then just stop.
Oh, that's
Get that good little buzz on.
Actually, yeah, that might work. That might work for you.
It might be able to.
You might just need to grab a strong 0 or 7.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
Are you in, Lloyd?
Oh, I didn't know you guys were starting. You guys are starting?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't start the game yet.
I reset.
We just have to.
I'll tell you when to start. How do you fast forward again?
For me, I binded it to F. I think it might come standard as F, but my mine's F.
It's either F, H, or period.
Shit, it's neither of those.
I think you could set it if you go to the inputs.
Yeah.
On the spectator.
What is this? System fast forward? Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Alright, because basically I can use that to fast forward to where you guys are playing. Is that the idea?
Yeah. You can. That's actually a little trick. You can pretty much live spectate it. You could fast forward it all the way to the point where pretty much you'll be back like
a couple frames behind.
Yeah, like half a second.
Okay, let me do that then. Alright, let me restart. Because I fucked it up. Oh wait, so you guys are on the character select screen, right?
Yeah, we're just on the arcade.
On the
Okay.
arcade screen.
Alright, you guys can go.
Now we're on the character select screen.
Did you guys pick your characters?
We just hit start right now.
Oh shit. Fuck, so I'm behind. Because when I hold the forward, it like skips on me for some reason.
Yeah, well, like once you get to a point where it kind of starts stuttering and it doesn't really properly go forward anymore is when you've hit like the current of how far.
Oh, okay. Alright, did you guys F3 again or something, or?
We first were waiting and then we F3'd and then we sat in the free play thing for a little bit and now we're playing.
Oh, fuck. Alright, this game doesn't count then.
Okay. Should we restart it?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to F3 it or should we just re-challenge?
Yeah, re-challenge just so I can get up there.
Okay.
Alright, and then it's just one game, co-op cup, playoff style. If you lose, you're dead.
Playoffs.
What happened?
We're just gonna re-challenge because he was trying to catch up in the spectator, and he was
I was
he
like,
was
I was
saying
way behind.
this is in a whole nother timeline.
Was it
If you
parallel?
fast forward too much, you won't get the actual inputs that we're doing.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do that. So yeah, all right. So let me just enter now. Okay. Oh fucking! Now I got the error.
That
Guru.
first round wasn't bad too. Fuck.
There's a flag on the play. You got to bring it back.
You activated Ganasian one too many times.
Legal activation.
No meter penalty.
Man.
All right, you guys can
Yeah.
start now. Yeah.
Okay.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Oh, that was nice.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
I did a couple new things.
Oh. Yeah, that
Oh,
that jump in
Fuck.
that jump in I8 was
Yeah, that really killed you. What
Yeah.
was the idea behind that?
So I did palm thinking that I would be shoulder dash punch
Mhm.
there, and then I was just gonna not approach and just wait for the
Mhm.
Ganasian. But then he jumped, and I was like, "Oh no!" Well,
So in an instance like that, I guess you're not comfortable with trying to parry the shoulder or anything like that.
nah, like not right now. It's not in my
Mm.
hands. So like, there's definitely a lot of spots where I guess like in essence where you guys were talking about where Colin was saying about me kind of jumping from certain spots that I
Mhm.
don't kind of and then like dive kicking from certain spots. It's because and then like a lot of that stems from is that I'm just not confident that when I walk that I can walk forward and get a parry or like get a situation.
Mhm.
So it just feels like it turns into free offense
Mm.
where it'll be dive 1 2 3. I don't have a parry on that. Then you know what I mean? I give out
Mhm.
free pressure. So that's why I try to like play the air game more and try to like play that game rather than play on the ground.
Well,
Yeah.
if you walk forward enough, dive kick becomes bad because I'm negative and then it's like rock, paper, scissors. So, and it's the same thing for Yang. Like in certain situations, like if you jump and I walk forward and you dive kick, it then becomes you're guessing.
Mm,
Is the opponent going to throw? Is the opponent going to press a button? Like, what are they going to do? Because they are essentially at advantage by between 2 and 5 frames.
So
mm,
one of the things too for the both of you actually is that you tend to move a little bit too much on the ground when the opponent is jumping. Um, for you, Envy, I noticed that like a lot of times I would see you crouch and then try to crouch tech, when you're unsure of the dive kick either landing in front of you or landing like right there, like at your finger, like at your toes, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that with situations like that, you get hit a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So here, let's try to do a little exercise here. We'll just do five. We'll just do like a couple of little scenarios
Okay.
because I imagine that comes from you not seeing it too much.
Yeah, a lot
Mhm.
of that is just again, I don't really like we don't really have yuns, and
What do you mean you
all
don't
the
have any
yuns.
yuns? No, okay.
Like you, but like I don't get to play you every. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
a matchup that we play a lot, or like I really play that much, really.
It's
So
the same. It's the same way like everywhere, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like outside of Cali, there's no like place that has more than one yun, and if they have a yun, it's mostly someone learning the character.
Yeah.
Like you have Patty in Chicago. Texas has Chosen and a couple other people outside of Yuki that are like learning the character still and like Wax and stuff. New York has Nika and Frankie's alt, and that's kind of it. There's one other guy that's an SE player that also plays Yun, but he only plays on Fightcade that I know of. He's actually not bad. And then Cali has a couple players, but outside of that, it's like even finding practice against Yun online is difficult.
So, right here, Envy, is where you want to stay still. If you see Yun jumping like this, stay still right here because there's no reason for you to move, essentially.
okay.
Because if you think about it, what else am I going to do as Yun or as a twin, you know? I'm not really going to walk forward and then just like, you know, immediately go into gain agent. Like that's not really what's going to happen unless I do walk forward and then low forward. But the idea here is that, you know, you kind of want to keep your ground here and react to what I'm doing. So it's like, you know, I see that you're kind of pairing a little bit too fast.
Okay.
So here, let me just. So I think it's just getting used to seeing that, seeing those dive kicks. So.
And also, if you hit really, really, really low, you can't be punished.
Yeah.
So like, there's a lot of times where you'll go for grab and I'll get a tech. Because when it's hitting as low as Nika's hitting you, like right in the foot there, he can tech when he lands. So that's why you have to do standing leg kick into EX Rekka in most situations. But you're expending bar, and if you misjudge it, it's kind of annoying.
No, don't listen to him. You do standing short EX. Fuck that. No, in seriousness, you should still do it. Because it's the primary punish that you have. You can't really do anything else against this.
The other thing about stand leg kick is that outside of Yun's like Genajin, it doesn't like air reset. So, like, yeah, like you have to be very high for it to air reset. So if you do it low enough, they fall into the active frames.
You have to do it immediately. So try it against me.
Okay.
So just a little exercise there. This is something this will really help in terms of punishing those dive kicks. So one other thing too, in the corner. In the corner, you move a little bit too much. Switch. Yeah. So you want to be right there. Right here.
Right here.
Yeah. And I want you to try to just stay there and just try to react to things that I'm doing. Like, if I'm doing this, it's okay to do, like, wait outside this distance and then do crouch roundhouse. That's why I say to try to use that more, you know? So,
Okay.
so you don't have to move too much like this. Just stay still. Because remember, you're making a lot of unnecessary movements. I know it's probably going to feel weird. Because you're probably used to doing that, right? Like, you want to gauge the spacing and you want to do it like that, right?
Yeah.
So, if you are going to do that, then try to make it as minimal as possible. You know,
Okay.
so it's like, so right here is okay too. You know, this is okay too. At least right here, you get to walk up, low forward slash. You get to, if I neutral jump, you can do far fierce.
Oh, far fierce.
Yeah.
But I have to do it as you're rising, though, right?
No, it could be when I'm coming down. It's actually not too bad when I'm coming down and you're like this distance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I can't really do anything else afterwards. If you're a little bit closer, it gets punished. So
Okay.
that's why it's crucial to maintain that space, you know?
Go.
Interesting. Okay.
It's why, like, when you play against Goki and stuff, it's mostly a ground-based matchup.
Yeah.
It's similar against twins, where, like, you need to force them to make air decisions, but also, like, you can't always stay on the ground either. So it's a really weird middle ground. But you both need to be comfortable, like, establishing that spacing and being like, hey, I'm anticipating you doing this. And then, like, the mind games go from there.
Yeah, it's too close. Too close right here. Yeah. So, one thing too, if you see me dive kick, you know, you can start, when you stay still like that, you can react to the dive kick. Most of the time, it's going to be either short dive kick, or roundhouse. One thing that I'm seeing you do you forward parry and then block?
I believe so.
Okay, yeah, and it's okay because, you know, it's not really something that a lot of players do, but it's one thing that you do want to get into the habit of doing, because what it does is it keeps you grounded, where you don't necessarily move forward and then stay there. You know, it's like you stop, you know, like that. So it's like you make that little step forward, but then you,
And then I come back. I just come back to try to go right down, not down, not back, and then just down back.
yeah, like it's not so it's not so visible, you know. It's like if I do a dive kick here, and if I see you miss it, I can tell that you miss it because it's like you move forward a lot. Whereas if you parry and then block, you know, you don't get hit like that.
One of the things you have to be cognizant of when you do the parry block against dive kicks is if it whiffs right in front of you, it puts you in proximity guard. So
Something pretty much I eat the grab, right?
it's not guaranteed that you eat the grab, but it's more likely that you'll eat the grab.
Yeah, and that's a part of the metagame. That's something that's always
Yeah.
going to happen. So, you know, it's okay to for that to happen.
It's just to understand that, like, that is something that at the higher level you'll have to look for, like, spacing wise. Like, okay, if I know my opponent likes to parry block, you know, they'll do this. But this is also why, like, in Japan, sometimes they'll just forward parry and not do anything else.
Oh, to try to avoid
Yeah.
the proximity
The
guard of
proximity
it.
guard. Or they'll, like, forward parry, jump back, or, you know, depending on the situation, the spacing, and all that stuff. Kuroda does that a lot, where he'll forward parry, jump back.
I am.
Oh, you're back. All right, so we literally, the funny thing is that we went from a first to 5, then a first to 3, and then a first to 1. So we literally just finished all of that. So we were just going over
10 games, first to 5, first to 3, first to 1.
yeah.
So I'm just thinking that it went back and forth. That's why it lasted so long.
Yeah, it was pretty competitive for the both of them. I think the first set was what, 5-3?
4-3, yeah.
Second set was 3-2, and then the last game it was final round basically.
What are you guys basically
But
talking
he
about?
got around away from me, that motherfucker.
Oh, so I was going through, because one of the things that I saw Envy having trouble with is the dive kicks, like being defensive against dive kicks basically. So one of the things that he had trouble with was like the max distance dive kick. He was getting hit crouching, because of the spacing, it wasn't he wasn't too sure if it would hit or if it would whiff. So he would catch himself trying to tech a grab at that distance. So and that comes from him moving too much, and that's what I was just explaining is that, when it comes to dealing with the dive kicks, you just want to forward and then block, parry and then block. If you want to do it that way, as in if you want to be aggressive against it. Because one of the things that when you move too much, you kind of mess up the timing. You're not sure of the spacing. It makes it easier for the Yun player or the Yang player to approach with dive kicks when you move around too much like that. So that's
Okay.
one of the ideas.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like try to approach things in a different angle from Lloyd because I can't just be like a parrot saying, yeah, you should do that, just like Lloyd said, kind of thing. That's not gonna help. So
Yeah.
from my perspective, I mean, I use a fairly average to big size characters, not the small ones. By small ones, I mean like Ibuki Yin Yang, right?
Mhm.
So the target of the die kick is pretty big. So when Yin Yang players they dive kick, I mean they've got a big target. Like the taller the character is, the target's the bigger it is, right?
What character
And
do you play again? I forgot.
I use Hugo.
No,
He's
so
big-
just for everyone, like if there
yeah,
if
biggest
there was anyone
monster.
listening, it's Urian. So
Yeah. I mean Urian, Dudley,
oh yeah, that's true.
Loki,
Yeah.
Alex, Ryu. I mean bigger than average, right? So I mean that means that get cropped up every single time if they wanted to. So my thing is that considering that it's online, also that it is hard or rather difficult to parry a dive kick and then into full punish kind of thing. While the skill helps, yes, this Lloyd guy does it very well. So what you have to do to properly punish a dive kick is that characters that has fair amount that can deal a fair amount of damage from like a low forward, which the twins, like twins, um, they have a um, there's a big meaning for those characters to parry and then punish with low forward like EX flashes because that's going to be like the main damage source. So there is a lot of reward in trying to parry a dive kick and not get mixed up so much because the target's pretty small. Whereas like bigger characters, and let's say even with Hugo, even if you parry the dive kick, you got to distinguish the height and then also properly punish. And with Hugo, a proper punish is usually a 360 when after the parry, and it is pretty hard to time, even especially if it's online as well. So my point is that yes, offline you should probably go for parries of dive kicks and then properly punish. Yes, that should be practiced. But I'm thinking that is actually pretty hard. So what I do is one, stay out of range. Two, preemptive air to air punish or like jump middle kick probably in most cases.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I mentioned too. That to either forward jump and the back jump part I didn't mention. Most of the time because they tend to approach the or get to those situations of the dive kicks when the opponent is in the corner. So it's like when Collins was in the corner and Envy was trying to keep him there. It's like, you don't want to jump back away from the corner. You want to keep him in there.
Right.
But one of the things that, like you said, is the jump forward TC.
Yeah.
For Yun, pretty much,
Right.
you can actually use jump forward medium kick too, with Yun too.
Sure.
Ushi does that a lot too.
Yeah, that's a good move. And also Yang has a TC to even like follow up better. So
Yeah,
John Middleton is pretty good, and it's kind of like the uh, jump forward roundhouses from Shodos. So do you know that you call them Rocketeers in Japan?
they call him what?
Rocketeers,
They call him Rocketeers.
Rocketeers, because there was a movie, right? There was a movie Rocketeer with the guy with the golden mask and like the jet boots. and he flies. I think he was wearing like a red suit or something. I don't know if it's
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Oh
about.
yeah.
Rock-
Okay, I thought you were talking about Ultraman.
Oh no. It's so it's a term from the ST days,
Yeah.
I think. So it's a jump forward roundhouse to like any air to air, right? And the characters need to have a somewhat faster frame move to be able to do that. So I bet you have not seen many Urians do that because Urian's roundhouse is pretty damn slow. And also, Jump Fierce has a hitbox to the rather sideways than down or up. So it's kind of hard to kind of do that Rocketeer with a Urian because it's pretty slow. Whereas the twins and the Shotos, they have a good jump angle, and also they have a fairly fast move that comes out. So it's easy to do that. And the point is that this is what I want to ask both the players is that if you got the opponent in the corner and Collins, if you have bar, all you got to do is activate. So there's not too much to think about if you have bar. But the other thing is if you don't have bar, where is your focus? And I know that it depends on how much life you have, how much your life opponent has, and
But
sure.
generally, right? Like, where is their focus?
Generally, right. So it's like I'll tell you what I do first is that there's a channel channel one is I focus on the ground, channel two is like I focus on the air, and channel three is like a hybrid of both, but this consumes a lot of energy. I get tired when I do this.
Channel 3 consumes too much energy.
It does.
Change the channel.
Yeah, change the channel.
Give me the remote. Kind of going quicker. So yeah. What Vanal used to joke was that if you try to wait for anticipate for too much channels at the same time, what happens is your brain cells burn out and you die. So that's what kind of happens. Even though I can do those channel 3 at times, but I can't keep it up. It's it consumes a lot of energy. So what I want to know is that in what situations, which channels do you focus, or even before that, do you have those kind of mindset where I am focusing on the air or I am focusing on the ground right now? And focusing on whichever air or the ground means that you are able to, one, read or possibly react to your opponent's moves and then properly punish or space or whatever, or push the right buttons. So in this case, if you focus on channel 2, which is air to air, and that means you are literally just looking up in the space where no one's there yet. And then you see, Collins, in your case, you see Yang jump, and you'll be like, oh, there you are. I was waiting for that. Thank you. And then you counter that with a jump TC or something.
Yeah.
So do you have that kind of mindset? Does the channel like change time to time, like click? Because that's what I do when I play. Because I focus on the ground. I'm like, okay, nothing's coming. Click, and then I'm like, okay, I look at the air. Click. Okay, I better look at the ground again. And if I get the right read, if I'm doing it right, that means I can react and I can counter very fast. And if I counter very fast, that means less chance of being parried. So, do you guys like have that kind of mindset, or do you guys have like a different way of approaching of how to?
I look at different things based on the spacing.
Based on the
Because
spacing,
like specifically if you're looking at like Yang or something, if you're on Oki and you're close enough, you have to worry about wake up crouch light kick, wake up stand light kick, wake up stand medium punch, jump, and then just like YOLO throw, right?
Right.
And 80% of those things are ground based. So like until you push yourself back to where jump is the primary thing you need to look for,
right,
you have to focus on the ground.
Right.
So it then becomes your choice. Am I going to give them the position to make them want to jump, which is where you would activate the, looking for the air, right?
Right.
So yeah, that's something that I try to do.
Okay. Because the first example is wake up options. That's when you're pretty close to each other, right? So yeah, like you said, what you said is perfectly correct. Is that you have a certain amount of space in between the characters, and that's when you focus up. Because when the opponent jumps, that means a jump in. That means they are in a range that a jump in is going to be an effective option, right? So
Right.
if you guys are close to each other, then you guys both Yin Yang has a very nice high jump that you guys can like just jump away, jump over and jump away from the corner, right? So that means usually, unless you're like in point blank distance or very close distance, then you can apply pressure, and you guys have that launcher move that you could punch a lot of just a lot of those jump outs, I should say.
Yeah.
So the close distance is pretty scary for both of you. So like you said, if there is when there is a certain amount of space between you two, between the characters, then it's your time to focus on up. But the thing is that Yang walks fast, right?
Yep.
Yang walks pretty damn fast. And then if the Yang player knows that, okay, so Collins is focusing on the air, that means I can fake with a neutral jump. I can challenge with a high jump forward, and I can buffer parry really fast so that I can parry the air-to-airs. That's pretty risky, and that's pretty challenging. And choice 3, you can do like, since my character walks pretty damn fast, I can just walk up. And the best you'll get from Yun is low forward buffer into dash punch, right? Or maybe low forward to buffer into EX shoulder if you like. But
And very few Yuns can hit confirm the crouching medium kick.
No, that's just a buffer. So just leave it there. So that's when you read a walk up from Yang.
Right.
Right. So that's just one way to stop it, but I don't know if you want to stick to that, because when they just do like a no look into dive kick, and then when you're throwing out the low forward, oops, right? So
but it's also like you have to be cognizant there too, because if they have meter and you're whiffing crouching MK, they can just whiff punish with EX slash.
So how that is not super realistic.
No, I understand, but like, once you get to a certain point, like things do happen, right? You get to that next layer.
Well, Collins, the only situations where you can whiff punish a low forward is when they're focusing on channel 1, right? When they're focusing on the ground.
Yeah.
And when Yang is focusing on the ground, perfectly focusing on the ground, and they are probably if Yun is in range for the first hit of the EX flashes, yes, probably, maybe, right? But Lloyd, low forward from Yun and EX flash first hit, which is longer?
Low forward from Yun versus EX slash?
Yeah. First hit.
The first hit?
Yeah.
I didn't really test that, but I would say it looks like
MK at max distance is further away. But
Sorry?
if you're not at max distance, they should be similar spacing.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that in order to space out the low forward and then wait for the whiff punish for the EX flashes, the spacing is pretty key, pretty hard, right?
Well,
the
timing is more crucial than anything else. That's more it's not a realistic punish unless you're actually looking for it. It's more likely that you'll get hit with a crouching roundhouse from Yang rather than a EX slash.
That's what I was about to say next, but I mean, since you mentioned crouch roundhouse, you could take it. You could take it from here, then.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess in terms of the channel 1 aspect, if you're focusing on the ground, it was actually something that I was mentioning earlier too. To the both of them is that the key is the secret here is the space control. It's obviously you're worried about the dive kick, you're worried about the jump, and you're worried about the ground game. But the idea is you want to control all of that as best as you can. You're not going to control it indefinitely, but as best as you can. So the thing for the Yang aspect for Envy was that he was moving a little bit too much, so that space control was a little it was undefined basically. Because it's like you move around too much, then you kind of can walk into a low forward, you can walk into a dive kick, you can miss a punish. You can miss a low roundhouse. You can miss on offensive opportunities. So it's like you kind of want to keep control of that spacing. And similar idea for Yun, except Yun has Ganesian too, which is more of a single player game. Collins. But
I will not listen to this blasphemy.
But no, I mean, yeah, the idea is more specifically, it's you want to look for the things that you can control in that scenario. So if you're focused on the ground, then you have your options. And for the most part, if you from from my experience with the Yin and Yang matchup, a lot of times you can control it. You don't necessarily have to go to channel 2 too much. And that's one of the things is that makes it a little bit easier. But I guess like from a Urian perspective, it's kind of a little bit more difficult because bigger character and you know faster character too from
Well,
Yin
I'm
and
not
Yang.
talking much about Urian. It's just things in general. And
Mhm.
let me just rephrase what you said is that when Envy moves too much, it's kind of like hard to deal with. Is what you said, right?
Mhm.
So to rephrase that, I mean, if you move too much, if you move a lot, which means you are moving, of course, with your own will, and then you are moving so that you have some things to look for, right? And then when you try to look for something, and then when you try to focus on the channel 1, channel 2 stuff, that means you're trying to do two things at once. If you stand still, sit still, and then focus on channel 1 or 2, that's easy because you're not moving your own character.
Mhm.
But if you are moving your own character, that is, you're kind of trying to space, or you're kind of trying to stay in a safe distance, or whatever that you're doing, and then trying to do channel 1, channel 2 stuff at the same time. I mean, that's tough. That's consumes a lot of energy, and that needs a lot of concentration as well.
Yeah.
So that's hard. It's a hard thing. It's probably, I should say, next layer and next level kind of thing.
Mhm.
And there are very limited situations that you have to do that, or that you are forced to do that. Like when you're down to like a last hit or something, you can't get hit. You can't get hit, and then your focus level goes up, right? And then it's like, and you feel yourself, like concentrating, and then you feel the level rising, and then you're like, okay, I'm so much in the zone that, and I am focusing on channel 1, 100%. So times like that, you can kind of probably whiff punish low forward with the X flashes or things like that, right? But I mean, that's kind of hard. So like as Lloyd said, the sweep from Yang, sweep is better, right?
Is more likely.
More likely,
From
yeah,
Yang.
and it's better, yeah.
Yeah, it's better than Yun's sweep. It's longer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
So
far into it.
yeah, as far as well. So those are the things that you don't have to focus too much, but you can kind of throw out. And for Yun's goal, Yun has a lot of checkpoints during the game. Checkpoint 1, activate first game agent. Checkpoint 2, activate the second game agent on the round.
Is that true,
Guess what?
Collins?
Guess what? Checkpoint 3, yeah, the third game agent. No, I mean, like you said,
You're 10 years in the past. They stopped at number 2 now.
I mean, the future is probably it's going to be like 5 because
they got tired of 3.
I mean,
Yeah,
3 or 4.
they got tired of 3, so they just optimized their shit. So they only need 2 now.
I mean, if you get a solid hit, yeah, sure, 2 or 1, even 1 is enough, right? If you get the hit. But the thing is that would you want to go in and challenge 1, 2, 3 against Yang? Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. But to play it safe and solid, it's like I will activate as many times as I need to just to finish off my opponent, right? So Lloyd, remember the last time? I was like, oh, I would activate, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. That's like the third engage of the round, right? Maybe second, maybe third. I forget.
I think in that situation that we spoke about, I think that was the second. I think that was the second game too, or not the second game. Sorry, the second round. And
yeah.
I think because it wasn't the final round, so I think that's why. Thinking about it, thinking about it back then, that's probably why. But in you're a more safer player than I was, so than I am, so that's probably why you opted for activating, whereas I didn't. It's just the playstyle difference, but the idea is still the same, where you kind of just want to get the kill.
There are also certain times where, like, depending on game state, getting that activation is potentially not going to win you the round. So, like, you either have to concede that you need another knockdown before you activate, or you just lose the round and go next, and then go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's when you like throw out the shoulders and shit, or you just go for gutsy throws when you have full bar. And when you land like 2-3 throws, and then you're like, oh, okay, I smell something. Maybe I might win if I get a launcher, kind of thing, right? So
Yep.
in that situation, what you're looking for is you're looking for the what's that? The game situation to kind of change. It's kind of like looking like a 9-1 favor in your opponent, right? So you're not gonna win. But if you start landing throws and shoulders, and if it hits, the 9-1 starts kind of like, the scale starts to tip kind of. And then when you feel that's like, oh, maybe it's like a 3-7. If I land a launcher, it's going to be 7-3 me, right? Kind of thing. So you're trying to go for that. And, usually you get punished. Usually you try to like, do too much. You get hit by like a crush medium punch or whatever, low forward or whatever. And then you lose the round. Sure. I mean, that happens. Sure. But then you got full bar to start off the next round, right? So then you're okay. Is that what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about resource management, basically.
Right. But Lloyd, another thing is that the reason why I said I would activate in Yuki's situation is that playing the mid game, watching Yuki play mid game. I mean, if you look at that, you can see that. Oh, okay, third round, even if the bar is empty,
he'll get it back quickly. Yeah.
Yuki will win the mid game, so he will have no problem building back the bar. So it's like a thing. The meter is kind of like a thing that you will eventually refill, right? If you play it right. And if your opponent has the skills enough to prevent you from building the bar, that's an issue, right? But if you watch Yuki's gameplay, especially in that matchup, was it against Harley? It was against Harley, right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, right. So I mean, he would have no problem building the bar, right? So that's why I said, just activate. That's all. Activate and finish off. That's all.
Yeah.
But there is a thing that you can, like Colin said, you can use the pressure, the full bar pressure, and then go for other moves. And like Nito does it a lot. He has full bar. He's got the opponent in the corner. Everyone's waiting for an activation. Walk up throw. And then opponent's like, oh, fuck you. Next option. Walk up throw. Oh, fuck you. Right? And then walk up, 1, 2, 3, get hit, get injured, you die.
Yeah. One of the things that Issei likes to do too is he likes to like he would grab you and then he would have meter to activate an agent and then he would like buffer it as if he was going to, but then he would just grab you again.
Yeah. That's one of those very challenging stuff that it looks cool when it works, but you look like an idiot when you get punished.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But this first to one format, sometimes Yuns need to do that.
Yeah, I think that's probably a part of it too, right? Because for example, in that match yesterday with the Yuki versus Arliet, it's like in that sort of scenario, I'm thinking of it from the perspective of like, a lot of games, like there are a lot of chances left to play kind of thing. So let me just do dive kick and then dive kick again. Whereas for you, it's like you're used to that one game format, so you're like, fuck that, let me get the kill right now. Let me just be safe about it. Make sure that there's not much that Makoto will be able to do against Ganagin in that instance anyway.
Exactly.
So that's why that's the difference in I guess the tournament mindset too and the adjustment mindset, because it's like, for one game format you have to get that kill.
Well, rather optimistic. Not even that, because it's like, nah, you can't stop me from building meter. I'm just gonna activate.
Yeah.
Easy as that. It's not like a one game format or anything, because probably Yuki would be feeling okay even if he would have spent that bar and then go into a third round with an empty bar. He'll probably be okay. So he knows. I think he knows that if he needs to desperately win, or let's say if he was playing against Mimura, right?
Then yeah, he probably would have activated it.
He would activate, right?
Yeah.
He would activate. But he's like, Harley, no, you can't stop me, buddy. And then, I'm just gonna make my third round easy for me. I'm just gonna, save the bar, use it for next round, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So those things you can ask him. Or I bet he'll just say, "Nah, I was just thinking nothing."
He'll probably just say, "Oh, I forgot."
Yeah, I don't even care. I wasn't even looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So going back to the spacing at the corner and whatnot. So there's like I said, there's a milestone that Yuns need to achieve during the round. That it is a activation, and then to activate you need bar, of course. But Yun does not want to commit too much unless you're Nika KO, and then of course moving in, landing 1-2-3s, landing low forward and dash punches gives you the bar the fastest, right?
Yeah.
But that's something that you need to move in, that you need to challenge Yang in raw form, and since Yun and Yang are pretty similar by means of being able to deal damage at a similar distance. That is low forward range, right?
Yep.
And then if it's low forward range, Yang deals better damage. And if Yang is in the corner, if Yun is walking out, challenging him with a low forward, and if that low forward is parried, there's nothing that Yun can follow up with. And if the low forward is parried, low forward into EX flashes, not only gives Yang the damage that he wanted, but he gets out, right? So that's not something that Yun really wants to challenge. But I mean, it's important to show as an option, right?
Yep.
And when you have your opponent in the corner, you don't want to swing too much. That is, you don't want to press too many buttons that have a lot of recovery. That is like standing fierce or like standing roundhouse. Of course, standing roundhouse is sending a message. If you punish low forwards with standing roundhouse, damn, that feels good, right? You get a knockdown.
It certainly does.
It certainly does. Yeah, it certainly does.
You
damn.
young player.
Of course, especially against Chun. I mean, when you see Chun,
especially against Chun.
Yeah, when you see Chun doing low forward, when you kick that bitch in the face with that standing roundhouse, damn, that feels good, right?
Or Ibuki trying to do forward MK or a bunch of other things.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. Sure, that's good. But like I said, you cannot follow up or you cannot recover from and I don't care. I'm just gonna jump out kind of thing. So that's why you don't want to press too many buttons on the right. You would rather stick with the middle punches and middle kicks because that has less recovery. So that's when you kind of like stay away and keep the distance and then focus on the air or the ground. But like I said, although Yang has great walk speed and he's got the EX flashes to kind of like force him to get out, but that's burning bar for him. And then if you stay out of the first hit of the EX flashes, even though when you're focusing on channel 2 that is focusing on the air, if you see Yang, flash the EX flash, he turns gold, right? And then if you can react to that and hold back, you can still block. Right. So that means when you stay out of the range, that allows you to focus up to the air. But if you're closer, that means if you are both in a range that your moves would reach each other, then you can challenge, walk up. You can do walk, right? Or you can try to jump in yourself, right? But jump in yourself, since you can't really cross Yang up because you guys are similar body width, right? So if you're playing against the fat characters, you can kind of like cross up easily with dive kicks. But
you can in your own corner.
Oh, you can in your own. Okay, you know better than I do.
After throw and stuff, but like.
Okay. So that is okay. Well, do you want to do that? Maybe you might want to because, like I said, touching your opponent gives you more bar, right? And if they read it right, and if they can punish properly, that is, if they can parry, the best punish for Yang when they're in the corner is a Zempo. Because parry into Zempo, low forward EX flashes. There you go. Have the corner, right? So that's not where you want to be in. So that says that if you want to approach Yang, you don't want to stay in point blank distance where the Zempo would reach, right? So that means you'll stay a little bit away. You'll stay a little bit away, meaning the main way to touch your opponent, touch Yang, would be crouch moves. That is, crouch middle punch, crouch low forwards, standing or standing short, or even low short. So that means Yang can kind of safely buffer low, because almost all the moves from Yang are low parryable.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you stay a little bit away, then there comes that standing fierce or standing roundhouse to punish Yang's whatever buttons, right? Because young Yangs don't throw out too many heavy buttons. Mainly they're middle buttons, right? So that means if you are able to throw out the heavy buttons, that means you will win most of the time because due to the hit level. And I bet no one has ever seen when Yun throws out a standing roundhouse and then gets kind of like punished or out prioritized or whatever by Yang.
No, that never happens.
That never happens because that's due to the hit level.
Yeah, exactly.
Yang will never throw out standing heavy moves. in that situation. So it will lose to parry.
The
It will
funniest thing is that that's actually one of the points that I was making to Envy about using crouching roundhouse more, because that's the longest distance, it's the highest priority, and
right.
it's actually relatively quick, and it can deal with that max distance of low forward. So that was one of the reasons why I made a mention of that, and I used it particularly against Yuns myself, because it's a really good normal, and it's something to counter against that standing roundhouse, which is a pain in the ass. So
Yeah, I bet you'd be using that a lot more if Chun's super didn't advance that fast, because that move is hella good
yeah,
against Chun.
yeah,
And there's another reason that you don't throw that out too much against like Ken's and Ken is that if you throw it out, if Ken accidentally jumps, you're dead.
or if he down
So
parries, yeah, and then
I mean,
it's
down payment is a common to everyone, right? That means it's red. But Ken could just just like jump in, brain dead, jump in. I'm just gonna throw out my middle kick, see what happens. Oh, I
yeah,
see Yang crouching. Thank you, kind of thing.
yeah,
And the thing is, the difference is that don't happen with Chun, because Chun doesn't have a cross up. Chun's jump is very big. You'll hardly see Chun's jump in back for a super kind of thing,
yeah,
unless you misspaced it, right? So that's the difference between Ken and Chun. And where if it's Yun and Yang, I mean, there's always that dive kick. And if Yun is like neutral jumping, and then Yang throws out the sweep, and the worst case, sure, toe, you're dead, right? But how often does that happen?
yeah,
And first, you are basically focusing on the ground. You are waiting for something to come out from from Yun on the ground and try to beat that with a low roundhouse, right? So that means you're committing to the ground. But then if you get punished, like I said, from a dive kick into full combo, I mean, you just lost the mind game. You just lost the read. That's it. I mean, shit happens. That's all. Not
yeah,
much to it because you just commit on the ground. Sure. So you shouldn't be regretting too much unless you like throw it out too much that it's predictable. But it's one of those moves that you throw it out once in a while, but you got to have some kind of a reason to back it up.
yeah,
And then if you do have the reasons, you won't regret as much. If you just brain dead throw it out, landed get hit by a dab kick into 1-3 into full combo on a die, you should be punching yourself in the head. But other than that,
It's also
I mean,
really hard for twins to get dive kick 1-2-3 on crouching twins.
yeah, that is very true. So I mean, it can be like a neutral jump. Looks at jump forward, standing short into dive kick. I'm sorry, dash punch to get the 3
Yeah.
hits, and then there's your milestone, gain agent, right?
Yep.
So that's what you need. That's what's best. That's what will be best for you. And the reason why we all know why that when you get the Zempo, you get the side switch into put him into the corner, right? That's because you want to repeat the situation. So in theory,
he
if
wants
you
to
win
be
the mind
cheap.
game, yeah, sure. You talking about my character? Yeah, corner. You mostly you die in the corner. 90% of the times you die in the corner
Yeah, yeah.
in this game, unless you're playing against Dudley. It doesn't matter where he is. You die.
Rock, paper, scissors at every point in the stage.
Yeah, but the thing is that your character, Collins, you should not be doing that against most of the cast. And when you're not doing that, that is, you're playing a so-called one player game, you'll be winning at the end. And that's where you want to go with your character. So a lot of Chum players still kind of like, complain about Yun, accidentally got hit, 1-2-3 crouching, reset, and then dive kick. Oh, I blocked the dive kick, Zenpo, whatever, activate. Huh? I thought I just saw activation 3 seconds ago, right?
Yep.
And then we talk about top tier characters. It's
That
like,
situation that Show did against Michael.
Oh, okay. Is that what happened? Okay.
It's literally the exact same thing. Where he just
So I mean, it doesn't matter which level you are. That happens. And that's like as I would say, that's like a shortcut of winning, because that's ideally where you want to go, because that's easy for you. That you only need 2 activations to win, right?
Right, but also getting to that point can be quite difficult depending on the matchup. Because like if you're playing against Chun-Li, like it's like, well, she's got stop sign, she's got crouching MK that she gets to build meter for free, she's got, all this other things that she can do, and she can space properly to make dive kick not good, and it's not a fun situation. But you have to take a lot of risks against that character, which is annoying, actually.
Or the challenge, right? And the thing is that means you are challenging Chun with raw form. That is what I mean is that without gauging, and that's not easy. So raw form Yun isn't too good of a character. Of course, it's not bad. It's got dive kicks. It's got a meterless EX flash elbow that you can get a knockdown. He walks fast. He's got good normal and whatnot. So it's really good. But when Chun has bar, that means whatever challenge you do, the risk is losing half your life. So that's why you don't really want to go in too much with raw form. But like I said, sometimes you have to challenge, or sometimes when you have the confidence, you are allowed to challenge. But when you challenge and when you successfully land a challenge, you should be getting half life from 1 to 3 or launcher or whatever that is gauging.
You should, right?
You should. If you challenge, if you challenge, you should have a reason behind it. Most of the times is, oh, I challenge. If I get the hit, I win. In most cases, that's when you challenge. Like when you have the first round, when you win the first round, when you're down life and second round, right? But you have bar, and you're thinking of activating. Should I or should I not? Okay, let me just challenge. If I land the best hit, I'll win. Right? Two. Oops, I got it. Oops, I got a lucky hit. I win.
This is
So it's scary.
yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah,
When one has bar, it's scary. We can't do shit.
You see the type of privilege that you have, Collins?
White privilege?
Yun privilege. Canadian privilege.
So I just watched I think part of the match where with Envy and you Colin, and I saw a point where it was like the last round, and then you guys were both like 2 hits away from dying, and then I think you got a back throw in the corner or something, and then I was waiting for an activation. You didn't. You walked up. You did low forward into activation, and Envy didn't have bar. Didn't have bar meaning didn't have super. So I was watching that. I was like, why not just activate and then move in forward into activation? Was what I caught. I don't know. Maybe it was just that one time. But for me, how I understand Gaijin is that when you activate, that means I'm gonna kill you right now, but I'm gonna be extra careful, not to get parried, not to get the Zempo dodged or anything like that. Extra cautious, but I'm gonna kill you right now because I activated. But whereas if you walk in and then you do like low forward and activation, that means I think you're giving them a chance to low parry, because low forward into activation. If it gets low parry, you'll get punished. So I was thinking, the idea to activate, sure, you did activate in the end, so that's fine. But I was thinking, why not just activate them all, move in? Why do you have to give them a chance to parry?
Funny thing, I mentioned that in when I was going over the previous one of the previous sets. I mentioned that too, that there was a situation where after you got a knockdown Collins against Envy, instead of activating immediately, you got, I think it was like a low forward dash punch, and then you did a dive kick afterwards. So then I was like, in that situation, I would have activated immediately just to maintain the advantage in that particular situation. But I think it's also based on a couple of things. Like it could either be like habit, it could be the other player, and things like that. So I think that's kind of what went into it. But yeah, it's like those little nuances like that, I guess, is what those little situations like that is what would make a little bit of a difference.
I think it'll make a big difference.
Yeah, I was actually going to rephrase it too. I was going to say, like, not actually a little bit of a difference. Thinking about it now, it's actually going to make a big difference because
it is.
both you strike the fear of God into the other player, and then the fact is that you're faster as a character. So I think we're just trying to be greedy with Argon agents these days.
Well, so from a defense perspective, what happened is, oh shit, I got thrown in the corner. Yeah, of course, and like chronological order is that, oh, I got thrown in the corner. Oh, I think they're gonna activate. Oh, they didn't? Okay. well, maybe I can fight back. Oh, he's walking towards me. Okay, let me try low parry because the standing move doesn't reach here. Oh, lucky I got a low parry. Oh, they activated. Let me do low forward the EX flashes slowly so that I will burn their meter. This is Nika KO tech, and then I mean I like that.
Yeah.
And then when I get the knockdown, I will surely back jump a build meter and let the meter burn out. So now I'm in a better situation. It's the worst case scenario, right?
The interesting thing is that I don't see any other Yanks do that.
I think I told you the same thing before.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
I'm surprised that no one else does that. But
so maybe they just want to get out fast, but but whatever the case is, so that I think it's so but rather than in comparison to that is that when you activate right away, so Yang's mindset would be, okay, shit, they activated, so how am I going to defend myself? There actually is no room for the brain to think about how I'm going to hit back with this because you've activated the agent. Because whatever button you press, unless it's a super, is gonna get beaten, right? And then Yang can't do too much, right, against gauge and pressure.
No.
What's the best he can do?
There's like, depending on the distance. I mean, there's standing short. There's low jab. You know, his fastest normals basically. There's super, and then there's grab. But outside of that, there's not much else that he could do.
All right, just like any other character in the cast, right?
Yeah, of course.
That means, that means Yang without super can't do shit. He even doesn't have DP to beat the Zempo. But so that means that you should activate right away, ASAP. You should activate ASAP so that you can put Yang in a defensive mindset, and then Collins you can move in and not commit too much, carefully. Probably you don't really need to stick to like the hop kicks to just get the extra damage. I think if that was in a situation, if you would have landed the Zempo, you would have won with just an easy combo. So that's why I was wondering why you didn't activate and then move in, but yet I think it looked like you gave him a chance to fight back, but ended in your favor. I think you did low forward to activate, and then I think you finished him off. But I think those are the things that may count, and then may come back to haunt you. Because I would have done low parry in that situation rather than just die, block and die. I would just go, oh, they didn't activate. Oh, let me just low forward, right? And then if I die off of like a high move, I mean that's that. I mean I would have died anyways from the game agent, but rather giving me a chance to challenge, chance to fight back. Was probably, I was thinking, not the best option from you in that case.
So I think one of the things that we can probably do now, how do you guys feel about playing another first to 3 or first to 5?
I'm done.
I'll play.
All right. So, we got Meguru joining us. Meguru, if you want, you can join the lobby in Fightcade that I have open. If you look at the video feedback chat for the voice channel, you'll see the link to the room there.
Is it working?
It's working. Oh yeah, it works now. I think they had to get out of the
Let me try that again on my side.
Yeah.
So what I don't want both the players to do is just overthink too much. Just play as you normally do. But if you have room to think, just think a little bit about what maybe some advices from Lloyd that you guys got. Because if you overthink too much, as Yang says in the win quote, not Yang, it's Chun that says in win quote in Japanese. If you're thinking and moving, you'll be one step late all the time. So,
actually, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that's in Japanese. When Chun says that, Chun says, if you think and move, you'll be late. So that's true. That is true. So don't overthink too much. Just play as you normally do.
All right, so you guys can do. Let's do a first to 5, and let's see what you got.
I'm gonna get a water and power up real quick, and then
Yep.
Hydrate, man.
Yeah. Did you have your chicken nuggets, Collins?
No chicken nuggets.
Damn it.
What is it? What do you get?
Nothing. I just have water.
It's water, I guess. What's your favorite drink or beverage, Collins? Is it water or what? Huh?
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Is that true, or did you just say that because RKF is in here?
I like
No.
Pepsi better than Coke.
Better than Coke. Okay, well my icon is Pepsi, right?
I Pepsi was hard to find in Japan.
Yeah, it is. It
Like
is.
actual Pepsi, like not
Yeah.
like whatever the fuck, like energy drink Pepsi.
Yeah. Have you tried the what's that? The glass bottle Pepsis. Probably the classic old fashioned ones.
I don't think anywhere that I went to sold them.
Okay. I know where I can get them in Japan. Maybe you should get them. It's totally different.
It's like similar to the
Mexican Coke.
yeah, the glass Coke bottles.
It's the same shit.
Yeah, bro. If you had Coke and if you had a chance to compare the cans and the glass glass bottle with Coke, it's the same thing. Yeah, totally different. It feels like you're drinking something really good, whereas if you drink it from a can, you're like, okay, it's usual Coke or Pepsi. It's nothing special.
Yeah.
So all the guys are A or S, right? Colin, your rank, your rank, the rank is I don't see a rank. You do not play rank?
I don't play ranked.
Okay. Sorry, I'm a B. I'm a scrub. B for scrub.
I don't play on this account very often.
Oh, okay. There's the alt account theory that I don't even know of. I don't even care about.
It's
Funny
like the opposite thing for Envy. Like he wants experience against Yun, but most people don't want to play against Yun unless it's like Tenren or EXO or James or a couple like top players. That's it.
Look all top players.
Everyone else just wants to like win. That's all they care about. They don't
So
want to
just
learn
care
that
about
much.
winning. Just care
Yeah,
about
they
winning.
want to. They care about winning and not learning, and you can't learn to play against Yun if you don't play against him.
Yeah, Tenren tends to try to be a bully and
He is a bully. He's
play
unfair.
people just for points. So stupid.
I press accept, saying to myself every time, "I got you this time," and then I lose, and I'm like, "I got you next time, motherfucker."
Emmy, let me know how you're gonna play in the next set. Don't tell me you're gonna play like Nika KO.
No, I'm gonna play like myself.
Okay, good. Because you shouldn't be playing like that, like this. Yeah, you play too fast, right?
Yeah, too fast.
You play
Way
fast.
too fast.
All right, are we gonna be seeing some games?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. $20 per month. Okay, $20 per month. Not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, they give you like some other things, like you can change the skin and everything like that, and you know.
Not interested.
Yeah. I was more. It's more focused on the lobby aspect, so that's nice.
Yeah, lobby's good. We were all like waiting for a lobby. We were all waiting for a lobby of people in Japan.
We're in.
All right, so this is going to be a 1st to 5, and yeah, let's go.
How much time lag is there between the spectate and the actual player?
I would say a couple of seconds.
A couple seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
Yep. You can go.
Yeah.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Oh, nice. Nice launcher.
Yeah, I would say very good round from both of you. Both of
Yeah,
them.
right?
Right. Very well played from both.
Nice jump back.
Okay. Scary, but okay.
Oh, you missed the punish. Wait, what? That's
Activate!
that's
Activate and kill, man. Activate and kill at the time.
that's that was a really Yang type of corner situation. Palm standing fierce.
Yeah, palm thank you. I mean, that's one of the best moves because if it hits, you kill. You
Yeah.
win. That's nice.
Good block.
Ooh. Oh, 足りる？これ足りた。
Prepare to strike. Now.
I don't know about the super, honestly. What do you think, Lloyd? We'll talk later.
Yeah, I don't agree with the super at that instance, but
Yeah. Oh, そういうことね。Ooh, I would have done super in that situation. Just to kill.
yeah, I wouldn't have super there. Oh, missed the punish. This is okay.
いやー、絶対違うよ。Woo!
Now. Find a new rival. Welcome to the
All the games tend to get really close, man.
Yeah, that's what I was telling them, that I think they're good for training partners kind of thing.
Yeah. It's fun watching.
Yeah. I saw the 2 punches, Envy, don't worry.
Oh, you're watching input. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Nito. Full bar, bro.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I'll let you know. Oh, my. Oh, wow.
That wasn't Umai.
What is it?
that because I saw you mention that when he hit him, but then he messed up the low 40x slash.
Yeah, うまくない。うまいやうまくない。
うまくじゃない。
うまくない。いってー、フォーグ。
What's up, guys? What's up?
What's up, Megara?
Hey.
So what's going on? The practicing or
Yeah. We're watching them right now.
can they hear you guys?
Collins can't. He's on mute.
Envy can, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. 3-0, right? 3-0? Okay.
3-0, yeah.
3-0.
So this is a first to 5 right now.
Everything is close, so score's not really doesn't matter too much, I guess, at this point. わしこれ言ってや。痛くねえ。いや。おお。あ、そう。Okay.
That was nice.
ね。おお。はい。5回は多いな。おう。Signature Collins! But I like it. I mean, that was the best option to kill, right?
Yeah.
Only Collins.
Nice.
あ、勝てねえぞ。勝てない。
Hmm?
ああ、いいね。10番。うん、ああ、いって。お大パンループ just because. 大パンループ just because. It's just so good. Probably Lloyd, you're watching this in in Yang shoes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching this in Yang shoes, so.
So I Envy, you gotta commit more to those punishes or to those slashes. You're hitting the starting point, but you're not completing them.
Nice. Hmm.
Ah, そうね。はいはいはい。あ、美味しい。
Oh, 美味しい。
美味しい。あ、美味しい。Sindai is dead, as you know.
Yeah.
No.
Nice.
Reset.
Is this like the second set?
No, they played a couple of sets earlier, but
Okay.
nice parry. Whoa. Bring it back.
So scary. Amateur だな。うわー、what's going on? はいはい。お、うめえ。
Nice.
はいはい。Activate. Diapon loop just because.
Oh wow.
That
was
one's at the end. That's the hard one.
That was a nice finish, yeah.
Yeah, that's the hard one. I thought you were gonna drop it. I was like, okay, 0 life, you're gonna drop it like you did before.
Damn, shots fired.
Damn.
But you know,
Alright.
the funniest thing is it didn't feel like a 5-0, you know? It felt like it was much more competitive than that, but it was like just the little mistakes that both Envy was making, but then Collins was capitalizing on.
How
So
I saw it was that Collins, I told you like probably a million times to activate. Probably Lloyd has told you 10 times more. But how I just saw the match is that Collins, you're a man that likes to challenge, right?
Yeah, sometimes. Maybe
Yeah, I
more
mean,
often than I should.
no, I mean, I'm not saying it's a good it's something good or bad. I just want to know that if you are the type of person that you want to challenge.
In a lot of situations, yeah, I will challenge
Yeah,
more often than not.
yeah, that's what I saw because you were challenging a lot in raw form, whether it be buttons or even parries. And so maybe it's because due to what kind of person you are, or maybe you've seen a lot of clutch parries and challenges from Japanese players that you learn from that they do it that makes you want to do it. I don't know what it is, but challenging I personally like, but there are challenges that seems pointless and some challenges that are worth doing. And I was just thinking that if you can kind of tell which ones are the ones that are worth challenging and ones that has the higher success rate, and if you can start to tell between those ones worth doing and ones worth not,
The
then
ones usually worth doing are ones where you can take momentum away from your opponent, or when they're forced to make a decision.
or you win,
Yeah,
or
or
more
my correct decision wins.
more simply put, you win or you activate gauging.
Right.
Those are the two simple answers to that. And then some don't even lead to that. That is like after activation, after you get the ender, and then you're in mid screen, you're kind of like spacing, and they want to come to you. You don't want them to come to you. You don't want them to come to you, and you want to kind of like defend yourself. But sometimes you want to counter them because countering them gives you bar, right? And
Yeah.
that's when you challenge a lot. And then usually the challenge does not end up in your favor by means of immediate reward because
Right.
Yang deals more damage than Yun, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're that type of person, then no one can stop you from doing that. So that means what you can do is I was always saying that activate, stay back and activate. But if you're that challenger type of person, then you can choose that way. You can choose that path. That means you will suffer a lot of losses, but you will get more wins. That is just like the batting rate or something. Lloyd.
Yep. The batting average.
Lloyd, what do you think? Hitting 250, 35 homers. Hitting 309, 7 homers.
You
Which
know,
would you like? Which would you like?
you know, it depends on the RBIs. It depends on the RBIs because because you could have a 309, 7 home runs, and then 50 RBIs, but then you can have 30 home runs and just 30 RBIs. It's like, okay, well.
That's like the best answer. I thought I came up with a good question, but like
No, it was a good question because I was honestly thinking about, okay, 250 and 30 home runs is actually not bad.
Not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, but then 307 is really, really good, and 7 home runs, it's like, that's pretty good for that average,
Yeah. And
But
then you're probably thinking in your head like, okay, this guy only went for home runs when it's a losing game,
yeah,
and then just for his own record.
like how many guys are on base, and
Yeah. So you're kind of probably thinking like it's like a mini Ichiro or something, right? It's like, yeah, he's not the average. I mean, he can commit to homers if he liked to, but he's probably not doing it. He's probably like a leadoff guy or the second batter, right? In the
Yeah.
lineup.
The funny thing is that we have like two of those type of players on the Mets, so I'm like, okay, I get this comparison.
So it was a good question, even a better answer. So Collins, it's like, which would you like? Would you like maybe you're not into baseball as much, but average hitter, plays safe and solid, gets on base rather than trying to go for homers.
I don't know. I don't have an answer for you.
Okay, well, I mean, those are kind of like the examples. Those are kind of like the ones maybe you can try to go for, or kind of
I
like
mean, ideally, I would like to be more consistent. Not,
okay.
So that's more of the
Mm.
average.
not entirely based off of, hey, I get a parry, I get an activate, I win.
Not entirely based on the risk, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the best is a hybrid, in my opinion, that you can
Yeah.
kind of switch between the two. But it's hard, like I said, it's
It
hard
is.
because switch during matches, like when you're down in life, and then you have to challenge, and then you suddenly have
Rakan and
that.
Issei are two players that are very good at swapping between.
Well, I mean, generally, them two are the solid type, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't swing for the fences as much, right? Because they don't need to is the thing.
Show
But
swings for the fences a lot.
I love it. He does. He does. He likes to keep things short. Right? He does, and we all know that. That's why I rank him a little bit lower than the other two that you mentioned, right? Because I myself like the solid play and save the solid play. So
Even though I really like Show, I put him at the bottom of my top 5.
okay, well, I would like to swap you on the bottom of the top 5 rather than Show.
Damn.
Damn.
So you know what? So what I'm saying is that yeah, step it up, and then to how to step it up is that you can you got examples a lot to refer to, but you don't have to absolutely mimic those play styles for the Japanese players. Like I said, maybe you guys respect Japan too much is what I keep on saying right now. But the thing is that Collins, if you wanna commit, sure, but you have to know your risk return reward. And like you said, you want to be more consistent. That means being more consistent means you shouldn't be challenging as much because if you're not because you're not going to win like 70% of the challenges. If you win 70% of challenges, you should be using Chun or you should be using Yang. And you'll be like you'll be moving in like I can read all your moves and then just stun them with the X flashes all day. But
So
you're not doing that.
I just thought of something right now too. So let's do a first of 3 right now, and Envy, you're with me, right?
Yeah.
So let's go to the general chat, like me and you, and
Okay.
then Say and Collins will stay in this chat, and
Okay.
we'll see how that works. Like see what comes about from that. Yeah, like the
Uh,
quote unquote coaching thing.
coaching.
So we'll see how
With the
that works.
vodka.
All right, so
Okay.
we'll be right back.
So what? I'm allowed to.
All right, here we go. All right, so that last round that you had was pretty good. I think it's just a matter of because you had that first round in that game, like you had a lot of pressure and you pressured him perfectly because you hit him with everything. But then I guess like you were missing a lot of slashes too and everything. So
Yeah. I was a lot of that was just like execution. It's like you guys said, like the rounds were really close.
yeah.
And I had my chance, and then I would drop execution or a bad punish or some. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't hit.
All right, so let's get started. So you can.
All right.
Prepare for battle.
Are you guys good?
Yep, I'm good. Yeah, we can go.
Okay.
Oh wait, you could type to Collins that it's a first of 3.
Oh.
Well, I got the picture. Fighters ready. Engage.
When he neutral jumps, go for far fierce.
Farfair.
Yeah. Nice, let's go. You're missing a lot of those slashes.
Yeah.
Final round. Now.
Nice block.
Nice. That's tough to deal with. Oh, you bitch.
You win. Now.
Why is Collins pressing start when you're supposed to press start? He's mashing on start when you're trying to press start.
Trying to press start for me.
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Try to go for a wake up low short EX slash.
Go.
Just try it. After this knockdown.
Oh no. Fuck me. God damn it.
Oh fuck. Alright, pull it back!
You win.
Remember, try to stay still a little bit more.
Find a new
Watch him neutral jump, you know, far fierce. And then if he's that far away, it's okay to do low roundhouse to try to stop him from pressing buttons on the ground.
Fighters ready.
Watch him, watch him. That's fine. What?
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
I didn't mean to do that. Fuck. No. Oh, I hate this game right now. Oh.
Oh man. You fucking up.
Yeah, dude. It's my execution right now. Oh.
Shit.
Oh. That's my execution right now. I don't got it. I
Alright.
don't got the magic.
You took too much of the PEDs.
No, never that. Just fucking up. I don't know what it is.
Alright. We'll do we'll do a first to one and then we'll call it there. And that's it.
Okay, okay. Okay.
No challenge yet.
Yeah, I got.
Okay.
We're gonna enter now.
All right.
Just let me know when you guys are ready.
Prepare for battle.
All right, ready. So the funniest thing is that Collins did everything opposite of what I told you to do. I told you to stand still, he does dash punch randomly. And let's keep it simple. Let's go for more grabs. Try to throw in more grabs.
Now. Final round. Go.
God damn it, man.
Fuck. I saw the down parry too.
Nah.
Alright, it's alright. Alright, let's get back.
Alright. God damn
All right. We all back.
it. Good yeah.
Yeah, we're all back. We're all
Yeah,
back!
Good shit. Good shit.
So Lloyd, who's the better coach?
Well.
Just joking, man.
The funniest thing is that I was telling Envy, I'm like, shit, everything that I'm telling you, Collins is like doing the opposite. Like, I told him to stand still, and then Collins comes out with like a random light punch dash punch in the corner. I'm like, what the hell was that about? It was probably a shoulder, yeah, but, you know, I'm like, oh my god.
No, he's doing it. I've seen it a couple of times. He's doing it.
Yeah, so...
Oh, you're doing it, right?
What? Doing the dash punch on purpose?
Yeah, dash punch.
Actually, it is on purpose.
Yeah, it is on purpose. I noticed. That's why. I
from when you were in the corner and he was standing like mid-screen away kind of thing?
Yeah, when he backs up and he tries to walk in,
Yeah.
he doesn't always auto walk. So, my goal is to hit a jump when he's trying to walk up jump to set up dive kick,
Yeah.
or to try to contest him trying to like stop me from walking forward with like sweep and stuff.
Okay, because at that point that was when I told him to stay still, and then that was when you threw out the dash punch. I'm like, what the fuck?
Man, coach sees nothing, man. I didn't tell him to stop. I actually didn't tell Collins to like stop doing anything or just don't drop combos or anything like that, because you drop combos for sure, and then like stop doing something is tell someone to stop doing something is basically changing their plans.
Yeah.
So they need to adjust. So you could say rather do something different than just tell them not to tell them to stop. And I saw Collins playing pretty confidently. So I'm like, I didn't tell him too much.
Yeah.
You just said that shoulder was bad, and I was like, okay, I know not to do that now.
Yeah, I kept it more. I don't think I ever told you to not do a thing. I think I mostly said to try this kind of thing. Like in the last game, I said to throw in more grabs, kind of thing, like something simplistic like that. Because a lot of the times it was like a lot of just automatic pressure, but there was no grab pressure. So he
So
could just block
I
all day.
will stop Nika there
Hmm.
because when we played before and we played some games earlier, he used to have the baseline of I'm gonna go for meaty Rekka or I'm gonna do something here.
Hmm.
And now he conditions with throw because this is something I actually I said to him at one point. I was like, you're always conditioning with meaties and you're always conditioning with this. One of Yang's most important aspects is making your opponent fear the throw so that you can open the other things up.
So, so you were
So
so you were thinking about that point with the throws already,
yeah,
is
so
what you were
like
saying.
yeah, I know like that's how he changed over time. And that's something that like I gave him props for because he changed how he does his Oki. Um and then when he starts to go back to just the pressure, it's less effective because he doesn't control the space well after he does that. It's pressure, parry, decision. Like when I'm playing you and you do pressure, parry, you back up and then you're like, okay, what are you gonna do now?
Colin, did you notice something? That now, what are you going to do now is exactly what I told you, but in different words. Make them kill themselves. You don't have to go
Yeah,
to them.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's what it is. Collins threw out a middle punch shoulder, which I thought was completely unnecessary. Got dodged, and then
I didn't get
was
punished for it,
no,
but
you
it
didn't get
still
punched for
wasn't a
it.
good decision.
Yeah, and then that like Zempo in the first game that was totally unnecessary. It was committing too much. It's like you were playing like Lloyd. It's like, oh, I play fast. You cannot keep up with my pace. I kill you. But
That's how I play Yun sometimes, and I'm just like, you can't keep up with my mix-up, bro. Sorry.
yeah, I mean, if you're playing player that's much lower level, sure, you can do whatever you want. You can bully all you want, sure, and you could land those car bombs. I mean, nice and easy. But when you're playing at a level somewhat close, and when there's a nice coach behind him, you got you got to watch out for some of the things, right? So yeah, committing too much sometimes, when it ends in your favor, you feel good. Sure, you feel it works. You're good. You're satisfied. Next game, right?
Yeah,
But
so my goal going into that was activate and then early Zempo every time until Envy decides that he wants to contest.
yeah, I noticed, kind of noticed. But there was one time they just went for strings and block strings, and then you didn't
Yeah.
go, for example. And I'm like, okay,
I thought he
yeah,
was gonna change, so I was like, okay, well,
okay, which he didn't.
yeah,
So that's one of the things that you said yesterday, was it? That Fujiwara story, that you cannot keep up with this one thing, so he's gonna keep on doing it until you
yep,
learn.
Yeah.
yep.
So Zempo thing. So if you could have gone for Zempo every single time until Envy was like, nah, I want out. Sorry, kind of thing. I'm
Yeah.
just jumping out, kind of thing.
But it's one of
So you
those
could,
things where like trying to condition someone to respect the Zempo when you're doing early Zempo is kind of difficult because like you can still completely run someone over by just being like, hey, I'm gonna do that one tick that I did before, except it's a frame trap this time, and now you die.
so you get all those tips and tricks in your bag. So it's just a matter of how you use it, when you use it, and
Yeah.
then most of them are working, because I know you landed a walk up into low short into palm once, and then that was like sending a message, right? That's saying that, oh, I'm gonna do something different rather than just
Yep.
going for that. And I think your mix-ups were pretty good. That I also want to know how Emby felt about those mix-ups. Did Envy feel like you can get away, or did you not? We're not able to like focus on one option. How did you feel, Envy?
I don't know, because a lot of it came like I felt like, all right, if you get a clean open up, all right, cool. But like I felt like a lot of times I was getting hit out of drop pressure or dropped
Drop combos
punish.
and.
Yeah, and then I
Mhm.
get hit, and I'm like, man, fuck this. And then I try to guess, and then I get hit, and I'm like, okay, all right, I deserve to lose.
Oh, so
It was one of those things where like the execution errors kind of overrode everything basically. It's like it kind of took you out of the game in a sense.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
because
then you have to ask your coach. You have to ask the coach. Coach, am I guessing at the right timing? And then coach has to have an answer. Coach, coach.
Well, guessing. Well, he wasn't necessarily guessing too. That's the thing.
Well, he said he's guessing himself.
Well, from
yeah, I
what.
mean, there's like such like I was just prone to taking more risk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of like I'm just gonna I like basically as I'm waking up, I'm choosing an option and I'm rolling with it. You know, sometimes that option I choose is block, but there's times where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just YOLO forward parrying to grab. If it works, I can win. If it not, then all right, I lose.
Yeah. Like.
Coach, what do you think? Well, you know what I'm thinking is I'll just lay the blame all on you, not on every right,
No,
coach.
no, yeah. Well, obviously it's like if the batter's bat is broken, then what can you do about it, And that's basically the way that I was seeing it. I'm like, okay, shit, like he's messing up like the basic stuff. Like he would get low forward and get like one
Yeah,
slash, but then he wouldn't continue it, or he
yeah,
would mess up the
yeah,
combo. So it's like that really plays a big factor when it comes to playing with Yang. Obviously he needs that. He needs
yeah. You're
that
not right.
he needs that
Yeah,
EX slash, he needs that slash to build some type of momentum. So every time he tried it, it's like there was some execution error that either stopped it, and then Collins basically capitalized on it with Ganagin, and that changes everything.
right.
So it's a lot harder for Yang to or especially with this matchup, it's a lot harder for Yang to to say, okay, stop guessing and or do something else. Like it's limited options. So
Yeah. So we
his bat
could
his
manage
bat broke.
was that
his
is
bat
that
broke.
is that broke? Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it wasn't my best showing execution wise, but I would have like little moments, and I'm like, okay, if I can get, I'm gonna go for this one thing, fuck up the one thing, and I'm like, god damn, all
Yeah,
right,
it took you out of it basically.
yeah,
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 and that's one of the things that from my perspective that I like to emphasize for everyone. It's like for no one's going to have the perfect execution.
Yeah.
Like even me, like there are moments in tournaments where, like for example, the online tournaments against, like I think it was against the Big Game James or something like that. Like I had him with a command grab into low forward, and I was going to do EX slash or regular slash, but then I do low forward into nothing, and then I'm like, oh shit, like I fucked up, you know. So
It
so
happened.
then so but then it's like it's how you recover from that, So it's like one of those things where you gotta tell yourself like, okay, I'm playing without my best stuff. Let me try to win. Let me try to push forward. It's kind of hard to do with Yang out of all characters, but it's one of those things that another layer to strive for. It's one of those things that when you don't have your best execution, you gotta keep on pushing forward and try something else.
yeah.
Okay,
It's
wait.
just like it's just one of those ones, like especially after like the Zempo ones,
Yeah,
that I scratch my head, and it like those get me so mad because I'm like, dude, those like that's like the layup, right? Like I'm
yeah, yeah. That's true.
I'm in the lay, like this is the layup. I already did the work,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So those ones I always gonna forget.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I'm always like, man, I really can't like. Those are the ones I cannot be fucking up. Like I gotta hit my layups 10 out of 10 when I go to, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I gotta hit my free throws, like
that's
Let me
true.
just go get something to eat quick. So I'll be back later.
All right, say.
Later, thank you.
later, dude.
All right, so, but yeah, I like to attribute it to like saying like missing a fastball down the middle. It's like one of those things where I'm like, okay, shit, this is basic. You get to the highest level, you get to the NBA, the majors, and everything, and you miss the most basic thing. It's like it kills you. I mean, this happens to all of us. I mean, it's happened to Collins. It's happened to every single player here. But the idea is that you want to make sure to come back from that. Just bounce back and say, okay, brush it off. It's easier said than done, obviously, but one of those things you really need to like be conscious about it and say, okay, let me bring it back. You know.
Mm.
So try not to beat yourselves up over it. It's it's going to be fine. It's going to work out. You just got to recover from that. So, yeah. I think because we've been going on for about almost 3 hours actually. So I think today was a pretty good session for you guys. I mean, outside of the execution errors, Envy, but early on you had better showings. But I
Oh
think
yeah, I mean, I think like I'm happy with the first set of games.
yeah.
Like even then the result didn't go my way per se, but I'm better with losing like that than
hmm
than losing like I just
like
did.
losing competitively rather than like losing not competitively.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
hmm
exactly. Where it's just like, oh, okay, well, I'm just dropping everything. It's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So so at least from this session, what would you take away from this session?
Um, just to look over my positioning from dives and jumps,
Yeah.
because Colin had definitely got a way better read on it later into the as we played,
hmm
and really made me pay like later on because then he's getting free damage, free meter, and turned into like me getting into that guessing game,
Yeah.
and then um also the tip of just walking in, practicing I guess more just auto walks and cleaning up at execution is
Yeah.
always a thing, cleaning up like auto walks and to walk forward because a lot of times that those things are happening,
hmm
that's what I'm trying to go for to stop like these buttons and like the walk, walk forward down parry, stuff like that. It's
hmm
just my execution on it still isn't the cleanest, so I fuck it up
Yeah.
literally all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so like I feel like I just have to really like clean up execution and fix up like stuff like that because that opens up another element of the pressure game where if I start taking that away, then I can reopen up grab again, Zempo, then they want to sit still, you know what I mean? Or
hmm
when I walk up, they might want to start jumping. I can start doing launch. It kind of opens everything
Everything
up
else.
again. Yeah, it kind of because like then what happens is I kind of run into a standstill if I can't walk up and get this delayed parry
hmm
for, for the button. It makes it hard for me to throw, and then it's easy to guard because I have to be in my max range, low forward range,
Yeah.
or like stand fierce range. So
So
it's like,
I would make a suggestion for to because the execution is going to you can practice execution all the time
against anyone.
against anyone, yeah. What I would suggest to focus on is the positioning aspect. Like you said. Um focus on, the positioning and the walking forward, like the movement essentially. So,
mm,
movement and positioning is what I would focus on. Because execution, it's like it's one of this can actually tie into learning to play without your best stuff, you know?
mm,
It's like in some instances where if miss an EX, it's like, okay, but at least try to continue the regular slashes, you know? That's always going to be a thing.
mm,
Or if you miss a grab or if you miss a dive kick, it's like, okay, try to buffer a parry afterwards, you know? Maybe cover yourself in that way. Um, but this will probably teach you to recover from those bad instances where you mess up, because it's not always going to be perfect. And you've seen me play too, where if I mess up, it's like I try to recover from that too.
yeah,
So you can get it too. It's just a little more putting yourself into that situation. So I would say focus on the movement and positioning, and then go
okay,
from there. Yeah.
okay, cool, cool, cool.
What about you, Collins?
What's the question?
What would you take away from this entire session outside of just activating?
Slow down.
Yeah. Slow it down a lot more.
Slow it down. And my pace doesn't always need to be moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like that's sort of what won me more of my games at the end was playing for position more so than playing for like the next set play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 So pretty similar for the both of you. So um. So yeah, I think we'll call it here. I know we've been going for about 3 hours, but hopefully it was productive for you guys.
It's
And
pretty productive.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, we'll probably do this again another time. We'll see. Maybe we'll do it like set play Sundays or something like that, Like we'll
Okay,
probably have like other players or something. But the idea is still the same. We want to have a focus learning what to do in the middle of the match or what to do to make adjustments. So it's one of those things where try to make a conscious decision to look for each other to play and practice these things against, and come back and show those results.
For sure.
All right, so all right, guys. So we're gonna call it here. I appreciate you guys taking the time today, and yeah.
I think it was more useful than just watching the other set that we played, because
Yeah.
No, 100%. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. And that long set too was, I saw a couple matches and it was like, it was pretty much similar, but it was like this is more of a focus, So that's the idea. All right, so yeah, if anything, we'll probably check back next week or something like that if you guys are up for it, or or if you have any other sets that you want us to take a look at, and we can do that too.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I'm down. I'm pretty free on Sundays, so.
all right,
yeah, I'm usually free on Sunday nights.
all right, sounds good. All right, guys. So I appreciate you guys taking the time. We'll
Thanks for this.
Thanks,
I
man.
appreciate it.
all right,
We
well,
appreciate it too.
all right. Have a good night, guys.
Later, dude.
Later.
See
Later,
ya.
guys. Peace.